This is, in case you don't know by now, this is a show where Ohio throws down. Ohio's on fire. This is a show about entertainment and honesty, and I love this. I am back. I was gone a while, but I'm back here once again. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, that is Jessie Spitzer. She's helping me for the next 2 hours. And of course, so we had the game tonight, so we're starting a little bit later than our normal time. I'll be on till 11:30 though. I'm gonna make up for it. It'll be good. We got surprises all in store. We got OMVP. I'll let you know. But before we do all that, we start our show with this. We just gotta talk to Ohio. We talked to Ohio to start the show. And of course, this past Sunday, it was Valentine's Day. I wanted to do a Valentine's Day special last week, but we couldn't do a show, which is fine. So we're just going to call this the Lovers Edition. That's right. This is the Lovers Edition of Ohio's on Fire. We're going here to give you love advice. We're going to play some love songs, make you feel better, give you everything's about love. You have to feel the love in this room. And so anyway, well, for one thing I want to talk about, there's been this new tradition I've seen for Valentine's Day. Really, it's a new tradition. It's weird but interesting at the same time. But basically, these couples, they get together, they get married on Valentine's Day, but they don't get married just anywhere. They go to White Castle. That's right, folks. Marriage at White Castle on Valentine's Day. It's been a trend. It's been everywhere. It's happened several times in Ohio and for other states. I wanted to talk about, first I've learned it was like in 2007, a couple getting married, part of a radio contest. And now I was looking up stuff the other day over in Cincinnati, Ohio. This couple, they went to the White Castle and they got married. And basically, I guess it's cheaper to go there. I mean, it would be expensive to rent out a nice big church. At least if you to go to the White Castle, now I think that's set up by the White Castle headquarters is in Columbus, Ohio. So that's so I think they are inspiring this. I think they want this to happen, so they allow for discounts for couples to go there. It might be like maybe $30 an hour. That's pretty good for a marriage. And of course you get free. I think you get free dining, but you feed up on those little hamburgers and those little chickens, those little fishes. Yeah, marriage at White Castle. Wow. That is something. What do you think of this, Jessie?
I feel bad for whoever has had their wedding there.
What? You feel why? Why do you feel bad?
I don't know. I mean, especially the female. You grow up imagining some spectacular wedding, and then you end up at White Castle. I don't know. I guess if it was your second or third marriage, then go for it. Yeah. Okay,
well, yeah, so yeah, maybe that's a good point. Maybe some girls are teed off by the idea that their guy wants to go to White Castle. That is kind of lame. Unless you love White Castle, unless you love Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and obsess. It's just different, I guess. I mean, I guess it's an economic decision, but you make a point. It's there's a fantasy around these weddings. You want the big flowers, you want the piano guy playing the piano, you want the ring barrier, you want a big aisle, red carpet, and you don't get that going to White Castle. You just go in, you smell onion rings and little fish sandwiches and say I do. So, all right, well that's Jessie's opinion. I just want to get that out of the way. Yes, it's a new American tradition, just like baseball and apple pie. Marriage at White Castle on Valentine's Day, new tradition. But anyway, another thing I want to talk about. Me and Jessie, since this is the Lovers Edition of Ohio's on Fire, we have some advice we want to give you. We want to talk about dating and that special someone. How to have a good time, if you will, on a date. If you want to try to fall in love with someone, we're going to try to help you out. And the key word is try. Hey, Jessie, how about you start it? You start, Jessie. I'm too nervous.
Okay, I don't know. I guess I have some tips for dudes, basically. The first thing would be never to wait for the girl to make the first move, because most of us, hate that. I don't know. What do you think as a dude? Do you think it's your responsibility to make the first move?
Well,
if you think some girl's cute, go ask her for a number.
Well, me, I'm different. I don't like to just walk up to people. It's usually an environmental thing.
Yeah.
Or if I meet someone, we have to be doing something like a classroom or on the maybe I work with them.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, maybe that makes me a sissy, but no, I prefer That's got to be the right situation. I don't like going to just go to bars and like, hey baby, how you doing? That's not me. It has to be the right place at the right time, I think.
I think that even if it was still like a friend, you know, the guy.
A friend.
Appreciate that you're attracted. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, good friends. That works. If you know the person after a while. What else? Do you have any other advice?
Yeah, the other thing, like, I can't stand when dudes are cheesy.
Okay.
So be yourself, unless, like, being yourself is cheesy, but...
Yes, don't be cheesy.
And then another thing I think is, like, huge is that the girl that you're either pursuing or dating, like, they want to know that you think that she is beautiful. So remind her of that frequently. And lots of girls have issues with knowing they're beautiful, so remind them of it.
Okay. I'm going to give this a shot. That's good advice. If you do wind up a good date, I'll talk about the actual dating. Like once you've asked that lady to go on a date, like if you're online or you meet them in person, when you go on a date, I'll give some dating advice. Yeah, make sure you smell nice. That's important. You gotta look nice. This is a date.
That you've showered.
Yeah, showered. Put on cologne, whatnot, and then just be real nice to her because niceness, a good personality is key to anything. Because if you wind up getting married, you got to make sure you like the person, and you want to make sure that maybe other people like this person too. Just common sense. You want to make sure you're getting yourself in a good situation, that perhaps your friends will like this guy, or vice versa. Of course, the family gets involved too, of course, because eventually after so many dates, I think after the 4th date, I think you should meet the parents. Let people know about dating. If you're going out, make sure it's public. And then if you think you're serious, then that's when you have the little dinner dates. Or I say after the 4th date. I don't know how they do it on The Bachelor. I know they have that show. They have all that good stuff. You get married live on TV. So that's the key to dating. Another thing about dating, since it's the first date, there is a thing called ladies first. They do pick the activity first. Like the first thing, like you ask them what they want to do, and then when you have a second date, then the guy gets to choose. I think it should be a good rotation. Yeah. And I do believe in equality. It needs to be equal. You got to treat each other well. Because I know because society has changed. This ain't the 1940s anymore. People have their idea of marriage and dating. It's not right. Don't abuse, and don't slander and all that bad stuff. It's equal. No man is better than a woman. No woman's better than a man. Let's be equal, whether you're dating or in a marriage. So that's the key. And there's one more thing we want to talk about. We have a little guest here. He wants to talk about Valentine's Day. That's right, Jesse. He is none other than legendary R&B singer Barry White.
Whoa.
Yes, Barry White. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, Dan Doozle? I can get enough of your love, baby. Oh, Barry White, it's good for you to be here. He has some love advice, Barry White. Oh, yeah, you just got to get that sexy honey, get her in the hot tub, make her feel right. Barry White, man, you're the man.
Oh, Barry.
Yeah. So, Barry White, I thought you died a few years ago. I did, but my love is so sexy, I just live on forever. And even though I'm not really here, it's Valentine's Day. Ooh, can't get enough of your love, baby. Ooh. Well, Barry White, that's good advice. Well, good luck in the afterlife, and thanks for the dating advice. Oh, you're welcome to end the game. Ooh. All right, that was Barry White. Anyway, that was something. So, like I said, so take her advice or don't take it, or take Barry White's advice. We are back on Ohio's on Fire. And I am Dan Diesel along with Jessie Bird, my lovely co-host. And now it's time for everyone's favorite award. It's the buzz. Everyone's been talking about it. It's the most prestigious thing we can possibly give you on the show each week. It's now time for OMVP, and that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Cue the music. Do 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 do. Do do last part. Do 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 do. All right, that was good. Let's see. Okay, I turned off the music. Anyway, OMVP. Of course, that music is fitting because the Winter Olympics has taken place, so it is going on. Fitting music. It's Valentine's Day. It was this past weekend, like we've mentioned. And we want to talk about this one particular guy. He did something really interesting to celebrate Valentine's Day. He is a citizen of Canfield, Ohio. He is Jeff Ondash. I think I said it right, Jeff Ondash. And he has a reputation for hugging a lot of people. He is the hug guy, if you will. And he has the Guinness Book of Records. I was looking this up, and I'll read a brief bit of this article. The spirit of Valentine's Day seems to be alive and well in 2010, at least for this one Ohio man. Jeff Ondash, a Canfield citizen whose alter ego is known as Teddy McHuggin, broke the world record for most hugs given within a 24-hour time period this past Saturday, setting the bar at a very high 7,777 hugs.
No way.
It says it. And he did this in Las Vegas. He was in the heart of Las Vegas. He just went around. I think he put in a newspaper ad saying he wanted to do this, and they let him. And the Guinness Book of World Records people, they were on hand with him the whole time, and he did this, and he even broke his own record. It's the world record now. Let's see, what did he do before? Oh, it was he held the world record for most hugs completed in 1 hour. At 1,205 hugs, which he set in Boardman, Ohio, just back in 2008. And the 7,777 hugs he did, he smashed the record of Monaghan O'Connor in Dublin, Ohio. He had done 5,000 hugs in a 12-hour period. That's how you celebrate Valentine's Day, people. That's love.
Yeah,
hugging 7,000 people. Jessie, could you hug 7,000 people?
I hope so.
Well, that man's full of love. So not only, Jeff Ondash, are you a citizen of Canfield, Ohio, not only are you the world record holder in most hugs in a 24-hour period, not only are you the most hugger in the 1 hour period, you're just a hug king. Whatever you are, not only are you the hug king, or the love king, you are OMVP. Congratulations, you joined a legendary list. Yay! Yeah. OMVP. Jeff Ondash. That's a good way to celebrate Valentine's Day.
WSU 106.9 FM, Dan D. This is FrankHise coming straight from Columbus in the 937 for the night. We're going to get it popping off right for you.
Awesome. All right, now, FrankHise. Now, for people that are not familiar with your music or what you do, just fill them in on what exactly that is you do.
All right, well, I'm a young man at the age of 21. I own my own company now. It's MAG Entertainment, based in Columbus, Ohio. I am responsible for all the producing, beat making, mixing and mastering and promotion. I am also an artist myself.
Okay. Now the actual music that you do, what is it? When people listen to it, how should they feel? Like, what do you go for when people hear your music?
You know, Dan, I like to variate with my music style. I like to try to reach each different section of my fan base. So one time you might hear something soft and emotional, the next time you might hear a hardcore rap anthem, the next time you might hear some singing in the background. It just depends on how I feel that day and time.
Oh, okay. Well, who are your influences in the music world?
I would definitely have to say Jay-Z, ROC, Rock Nation, shouts out to the man.
The
and
Rock.
My father would actually be my second influence. He's a gospel rapper, goes by the name of God's Anointed One. And about the age of 12 years old, I heard his album, and that's when I started pursuing my own rap career.
All right, now FrankHise. Now tell us about. You have an interesting story about your name. How come you went with the name FrankHise?
Well, my government name is Francis Houston, you know, so
yeah.
Francis is in the name franchise, and there are too many other rappers named franchise, so I decided to make it two different names, just like my first name, last name, and divided it up down the middle, FrankHise.
Awesome. All right, now I'll take Jessie. Do you have a few questions for our guest, FrankHise?
I can.
You can.
You can take it away. You got it.
Well, all right. Well, I have a few more questions.
Ask away.
Well, I'll ask away. All right. We say your influences. Do you have a favorite rap song?
My favorite rap song, hands down in the industry, I'll have to say my favorite one right now would have to be the Pick the World Up by Lil Wayne and them. They did
I second that.
Pick the World Up. All right. I haven't heard that yet.
It's kind of aggressive.
Okay, that's cool. Anyway, I'll ask you an important question then. Since we live here in Ohio, have you noticed anything that you think could change here in the state of Ohio, like maybe economic-wise or environmental-wise? What here in Ohio can change?
Over the past couple years, I've seen a big change in Ohio. Actually, we used to have the top crime city, being Columbus. We used to have the top crime killing city, and it's actually toned down a lot. There isn't as many gunshots and gunfights back in my neighborhood as there used to be. The world's kind of picking up slowly but surely.
Okay. But what do you think is the, well, let me elaborate, how do you think that can keep up, like in this change that you say, how do you think that will keep up over the next 10 years?
Well, I think that all the young kids out there and the, premature adults, young ones 21 to 28, they need to get their mentality right, working the maturity levels, stop with all the dumb beef and everything. I don't want anybody to end up dead out here. We don't need no cock and biggie stories. We had those already. It's time for everybody to grow up, link up together, and, strive as one in Ohio, because there's so much talent here. If we all come together as one, there's no stopping us. We could for sure be the #1 state, music-wise, in the United States.
Well, that's all right. Well, yeah, okay. Our Tierra here, she's a current fellow DJ here at the station. She's here. She's got some questions for you.
One of my questions is, what are some places you have toured at? Like, have you toured?
Yes, I have. I have performed some local. I haven't went out of city yet, but in Columbus, I've done big names such as Major Woody's. That was a very big nightclub before it was closed down about 1.5 years ago. I've done Club Pinky's. I've done the High Five, and a big venue, Alrosa Villa, and another bigger venue that's actually located on the Ohio State University campus would be the Scarlet and Gray Cafe. I've highlighted there about 3 or 4 different times.
Okay, that's cool.
Now go ahead. Ask all your questions, and I'm about to go to break. Anything you want to ask me, go ahead.
I was going to say,
get them all out.
Any upcoming projects? Anything you're working on now?
Yes, actually, right now, I've just signed a couple new artists, Young Money, Illy Maynard. So we're working on an album right now for our whole label. It's called MAG Entertainment, the album. That's looked to be for that to be dropping on March 7th, which is also the date of my next upcoming show, Battle of the Bands, at the Alrosa Villa on that will be 5055 Sinclair Road, Columbus, Ohio.
I just have one question for you. If you could share with us, everyone listening, one thing that we don't know about you, that we couldn't even know about you from MySpace. Just share something kind of intimate with us, since it's the Lovers Edition, about yourself.
Oh man, you know what? One thing that you would never know about me, unless you knew me and actually stayed with me on a day-to-day basis or anything, I really live for this music. Like every day I wake up, I'm in the studio until I can't even think straight, until my head starts hurting, until I need, to go ahead and take me some NyQuil and go to sleep for the night. Because for me, all it's ever been is, in order to get everything done right and done the way you want it done, you got to do it yourself. So I can rely on other people to do this, but one thing that the world won't know about me is that I do everything. I do my own beats, I do my own production, and that's a lot to look forward to. You don't see too many individual artists who are actually taking advantage and all rights to their own work, and I think that makes me more unique and individualizes me into a different category than other artists out here that you may see.
It's awesome. I think you know then that you're in the right place and you're passionate about what you're doing, so that's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Cool.
All right. Now, FrankHise, this is the Lovers Edition. Ohio's on Fire. Do you have any advice on dating? Like, let me ask you, what do you see? What do you like in a girl?
What do I like in a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, my. All the questions. Let me see. What do I like in a girl? I have to say, you know, personality. Personality would be a main focus, followed up by their seduction. Of course, you know, everybody's got to have a little attraction level to them, or know how to put on some type of form of sexuality at one point in time. Any advice I would give, you know what? I would give advice to the young, you know, don't be so quick to get married.
Yeah.
You know, just make sure you know somebody and you actually love them for them and not for just lust.
Okay, good advice. Now, I gotta ask you, if you had a time machine, you can go back in time to do anything, or to go see, pretty much anything you wanted to do, what would you do and why? If you had a time machine.
You know what? If I had a time machine, I don't know why this just popped into my head. Go ahead and say it because it popped into my head. But if I had a time machine, I think I would have to go back in time to the day that the Temptations walked into Motown, and maybe place myself into that group with them and just blow up with the Temptations. That would have been a dream come true for me.
All right, good answer. The Temptations. Now, since you are into the rap game, what do you hope to accomplish in your career? Like, maybe in 10 or 20 years from now, what do you hope you have done in your music?
You know, 10 to 20 years, I want to be able to sit back on a yacht, you know, just like one of my idols, Jay-Z, you know, look into my phone and I can call the president, call the mayor, any 50 states there is, in millions of cities. I just want to have the type of connections to be sitting so right on money I can never fall off. Make sure, you know, my daughter's got a good life and everybody I'm associated with doing all right. No, if it was up to me, we could all roll, we could all be happy. That's most definitely.
Okay. Now, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give? You can shout out to anyone, your friends and family.
I would like
do
to
it right
shout
now.
out everybody from the bus town. You know that I love you, 614. I'd like to shout out everybody here, 937, Dayton, Fairborn. Particular shout-outs, though, I'd like to thank God, thank my mom and my dad for having me. I would like to thank Lazy Lil for bringing me into this rap game. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't meet Lazy, I probably wouldn't be doing music as deep as I am now. Diverse, so many people, you know. Lamont, that's my cousin, the real founder of MAG Entertainment. He had to do some time and everything, but he's got out just recently. Definitely shouts out to him and everybody else that supported me throughout my career.
Yeah, explain to the audience that don't know what Toastmasters is. What is Toastmasters all about exactly?
Well, Toastmasters International is a non-profit international organization which is dedicated to personal and professional growth through communications and leadership skills. So it was established in 1924 in California, but presently it has over 250,000 members. Right Safe Toastmaster Group was chartered 5 years ago, and we meet every Friday 11 a.m. to 12 noon in E. Windsor 3 Student Union.
Okay. Now, with the name of Toastmasters, you probably get a lot of flack for having that name. Like, people might think of toast or breakfast. Is that true?
That's actually how I got involved with the group. I saw.
Oh, he thought it was about breakfast.
Toast. Actually, I was in the student union and I saw Montesee and Ward with the sign, and I walked up and I said, "Are you any good with wheat?" That's how it started. So I joined from there.
We also organize some special events time to time, so there are attendees, and it could go up to 200. We had organized one event which was called Be an Exception Presenter, and it was on how to make your PowerPoints better in 2008, and there were about 200 attendees.
Okay, now you said that's for Right State. What about worldwide? How many are involved worldwide, and are there any notable members, like maybe celebrities or political figures, involved with Toastmasters?
Does anyone else want to?
There's this motivational speaker that came to Wright State. I tend to forget his name, and
We have no major celebrities among us that we are aware of.
that not at Wright State Toastmasters, but there are many people. Say there are many world champions that are Toastmasters. There, we once had Lance Miller, who was world champion of 2005. Ed Tate, he was world champion in 2000, and we have had those people visiting Wright State for Wright State Toastmasters, and there are all the world champions mostly go through Toastmasters. These are world champions of public speaking.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's your name, ma'am?
I'm Manasi. I'm the Vice President of Public Relations for the club.
Okay, you're vice president. Okay, now what do the other guys do? I know you two. What are you? What?
I'm Niharika, and I'm a graduate student in the electrical engineering department. I joined Toastmasters last summer because they were giving me a discount on my initial quarter, 20%.
Boom, boom. Free
Yes.
advertisement.
So I was like, okay, let me try it and see. But jokes apart, it's a really nice organization to be a part of.
I'm Rob. I'm the VP of Education, and I've been in the group since September now. And I've just noticed a marked increase in my confidence level. Like, I would have been stuttering and sweating
Oh.
5 months ago, be on the radio. But now, I'm more at ease, and I think that's largely attributable to the past few months in Toastmasters.
All right. Well, that's a good plug for them. And we had a little contest right before we went to break, and someone won that contest. Someone called in with a question for Toastmasters, which I'll ask. But first, I want to shout out the winner. Jessie B. of Fairborn, Ohio, I think. She is the winner. You wanted 2 tickets, and I told her where to go to come get them here at the radio station. So congratulations to you, Jessie B. And you won the 2 tickets, so I hope you have fun there. And I have a question. Here's a question that she asked. Based on what you do in Toastmasters, did anything in your past life, like before joining Toastmasters, inspire you to do the things you do in Toastmasters?
I know in my past lives I was a grasshopper, and it inspired me to do this. But
Grasshoppers are not noted speakers.
I took a public speaking course while I was in school, and I really enjoyed it. So when I came to Toastmasters, I had a similar and a much better experience. So once a week, it's just a way to de-stress and improve my communication skills so that I'm a better speaker every time. So it helps when you go for things like interviews and when you need to give presentations and stuff. So this is why we do what we do.
Okay, anyone else? You want to?
Well, for me, I'm the charter member of Rice State's Toastmaster organization, and the way I started is what Rob said. I looked at the board Toastmasters, I didn't know what they're all about, and I went and sat at one of the meetings, and I thought it was so interesting, and it was a unique way of things. And then they were looking for student leaders, and I was already involved on campus. I was looking for more leadership opportunities, and I said this is a great opportunity to learn and grow, and I joined Toastmasters, and to this date, I'm hooked to it.
Okay.
in my head,
Okay,
as
more.
far as what Toastmasters offers or provides, is an ability to be confident in the midst of attention. And it imparts a level of knowledge on the art of assembling thoughts and asserting a position. Essentially, it teaches you the art of winning over a group of people to your side. And that really goes in the direction of the most valuable aspect, which is just, it's a good atmosphere that really hones a valuable skill set.
Okay. Well, good answers. All right. A good question from Jessie B. Now, I got to ask, anyone can answer this question. If you had a time machine and you can go back in time and do anything you wanted to do, what would be and why?
1960s Berkeley.
Okay. What does that mean?
And why?
And why?
I'll just let the audience run with that one.
All right.
All right, go Google it.
Google it, whatever you want to do. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Now, since you're the Toastmasters, I can't help but ask this. If the moon was made out of toast, would you eat it?
Would we eat it?
Yeah, would you take a bite out of it? If the moon was made out of toast.
Absolutely. Anything toast, we will eat it.
All right. Well, I had to get it out of the way, so that's good. All right, now here in Ohio, is there something here in the state of Ohio that you would like to see change, like maybe from an environmental standpoint or a neighborhood standpoint? What would it be and why? What would you like to see change here in the state of Ohio?
How about an assertion of separation of church and state?
Explain. Do you have an explanation?
Absolutely. But it'll generate a lot of phone calls.
That's fine.
I'll just be brief.
Yeah, be brief. Well, all right. What about the rest of you guys? Can you find an answer for that?
Well, I have a simple answer. I feel that I want to change winters in Ohio.
Yeah.
I come from a country which is very warm, and I do not like these cold winters here, and especially this particular winter. I mean, even when we were coming in the studio, we had so much snow that we had to shovel because 2 days we were just snowed in. And we had to come here, and I do not like that. So I just want to change this, maybe get some warmth in the Ohio.
Well, modesty, I'd throw in that with our current energy policy, we're trending in that direction.
Well,
You are very political.
oh yeah, that's cool. Very political.
You should hear some of his speeches at Toastmasters.
Well, yeah, you should check that out. But, well, that's why I want to ask you. Now, where can the Toastmasters? Now, where can people at home find you at on the internet to find out what you're going to be doing and all that good stuff?
Well, just Google us.
Google us.
Google Rice State Toastmasters, and you will find all the websites that we have. We have the International Toastmasters International website, where if you put in your zip code, you can find the closest clubs. For especially Rice State Toastmasters, our website is writestate.freetoasthost.net.
Okay.
It's free as in free, toast as in a toaster, toast, and host as in host or guest. .net, and we are also on Facebook. We have a group there. You can join that group and get the information on our special events or any of our meetings. And if you want to be a part of our club, you can send us an email, and send us an email at info@rightstate.freetoasthost.net. That directly goes to one of the officers, and they will answer your questions. But the best way I will say is to find out about us is attend one of our meetings, because those are so unique. You just have to be a part of that experience to be there. And we meet every Friday from 11 to noon in the morning. And it's in room E103 Student Union. So come visit us anytime, find out more information about us.
All right, well, that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, good luck to you guys. Before we go, do any of you members have any shouts you want to give to anyone at home?
I got a closing thought.
Okay.
I'd like to thank you first for the opportunity to promote ourselves and kind of get our group known. But aside from that, I think it's absolutely awesome that our lead-in tonight was a rapper calling himself FrankHise.
FrankHise. He changed his name.
Even better. And the fact that he didn't bring along a radio edit demo play is awesome too. I love that.
All right. Well, is that it? Okay, well, you guys heard them. These are the Toastmasters. Okay, let's talk about love. This is the love edition of Ohio's on Fire. Love comes in 3 forms. It's my opinion. Now, I didn't get this from any doctor. I think love comes in 3 forms. There's built-in love, which you have your mother and your father since you were a child, if you will, or even your aunts, like family love. It's kind of built in because you grow up with them, and you get used to having them around. You get used to what they can do for you. That's built-in love. Then you got, then the second love, I think, is the strongest love of all. That's reaching out love. And it has something to do when you get married, when you find that girl or that guy you really love, they're not connected to you family-wise. You actually went out there and found them and you love them. Or even a best friend. It's not just marriage. You can be a best friend, a good person. That can be a really strong love, because you don't really necessarily have a good reason to love them. You just do, probably because they're good people. So that's reaching out love. That's what I call that. I don't know whatever you call it. I call it that, reaching out love. Now the third type of love, I call it environmental love. Like it's not necessarily loving people. You love your surroundings. Like you love the place you work, or you love like a tuna sandwich, an object, or even your career, something that's non-personal, your environmental love, something that's in your surroundings, like you love being here, and it has nothing to do with people. Those are 3 types of loves, and those are, I'm fine. Love, that's a really good thing. We need more of that in this society. Any type of love you can have it. However, there is such thing as people having a problem with your love. Like if you love someone or something, that might be good for you, but that may not be good for anyone else. Maybe you have someone like your neighbor or maybe your family, they disapprove of who you love and how you love it. And that can be draining, because love is a great feeling. I want everyone to feel love at one point in their life. And that may not, that could be troublesome if someone is getting in your face saying you shouldn't love this person. That can be deleting. I would just say, if that happens to you, if you get stressed out because you love something or someone, just go to a happy space, or a happy place, if you will. Just think of something like, or at night when you sleep, think of the person you love. Just get rid of the negativity. Because that's all we need is more negativity. You're not allowed to love who you love because someone doesn't like that person.